Hey guys, okay, let's take a look at the incinerator. Here's the box. You can see it's 1.2 million BTUs coming out of this torch. So it's got the components inside the box. We're looking at the handle, the hose, and the connection. So let's take it out of here and see what everything looks like, all right? I'm gonna remove the bubble wrap, get the zip ties out of the way here. And here is the 10-foot hose, okay? That thing's more than long enough to be able to connect it. This gives you a user guide, tells you how to put everything together. Pull out the torch end here. Here's your torch end. And then here's the rest of the handle. So it's not a really big unit. Remove these connectors, and literally you're just attaching it right here. Pretty simple, right? I mean, this is kind of a no-brainer. This area right here is your igniter. This is where it connects onto either a mobile canister, a small camping canister, or you can attach this to a large propane tank with the hose. And then it's also got a nice little gauge on here that'll tell you if there's gas, the gas is low or the gas is out. So it's nice to have the gauge. That's a good handy extra addition on here. It's all very simple to use and operate, and I mean, we're talking 2 minutes of assembly time and we're ready to go. Let's go see how this incinerator works. Let's hook up the hose here to our propane tank. So it is reverse threads on here. Which is not totally unusual for a gas connection. Attach the hose to our incinerator. Here we go. That's a very easy connection. Okay, we are going to turn on some gas, and you can see the gauge is working great, so that's fine. We're going to feed it a little bit of fuel. And there we go. And here's our incinerator hard at work. That takes a little longer to burn these weeds than I thought it would. Here we go. These plants are pretty tough, so it takes a lot to get that to work. It's going to be a slower process than I had hoped. Let's take a look at what it takes to light a fire. How about that? Now it sure is handy to get your bonfire lit. So as far as a weed torch and doing a massive job, I would say this thing is not great for that. We're going to have to cut this stuff with a weed whacker instead. It does work, but I'm not overly impressed with how quickly it works. Will it take care of some of these things? Absolutely. But I think it's probably a little better for starting your bonfire up. Kind of like this thing's doing right now. We have 1.2 million BTUs going on that. So even things that are a little wet, even things that are a little green, looks like we can get these things lit up pretty well. We'll be using this during maple syrup season to get our fire started, but beyond that, I guess it's just an okay product. Well, the torch works, but probably not as well as I had hoped. It does take a little time to singe all the stuff off of here. It's really great for working around kind of rocks and hard to reach places where pulling weeds would be very awkward and time consuming. So it does have its merits, but for the most part, you're almost better off with a weed whacker, trimming all the weeds around your area, and then in and around the cracks in your rocks and different places. That's where the torch would be better. Hey, thanks for watching. Follow us for more product review videos and DIY projects. Thanks again. See you soon.